Welcome back to Counting Orange Sheep, where we're sipping on some delicious Harpoon IPA.
Cheers.
Beer. Today, we're bringing you a spoiler-free Avengers review, so you can kind of get an idea of whether or not you want to see this movie without me ruining the movie.
And by review, Billy's actually going to give you a review. I have not seen it. I am someone who's never been a huge Avengers fan. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not a movie fan. I have a pretty short attention span. I'm not the type to sit around for 2.5 hours watching movies. But I'll be honest, the Endgame hype, caught me up, got me curious and stuff. So I've been catching up on all mine. So I got a couple to go that I need to watch to understand the point of it, and then I'm gonna get there. So I got a couple questions. We're a little late coming to you. I've been sick, so excuse me if I sound nasally. But my first question is this: do I gotta go see this movie in theaters?
You should go see it in theaters. If you've seen any other Avengers movie in theaters and then seen it on your own television, you know that it's different. This movie is made to be seen on a large screen with a very, very loud sound system. It puts you front and center in crazy battles with outrageous numbers that can only be brought to life, if you will, on a huge
wide
screen. So I think if you wait to get it on the Vudu or to rent it,
Voodoo.
You'll like the movie still. It's not going to lose that much, but
yeah, I mean,
it's made for a theater experience.
I've never seen any of them in theaters, so all right. Next question, because one of the reasons I avoid movie theaters is because I don't like sitting in a packed theater with many other people. Can I wait to go see it, or should I go see it now?
The longer you wait, the more of a chance you have for some douchebag online to ruin it. When I get into the review, I'll explain this, but it's not like any Marvel movie that's come out so far, really. So the plot line is actually really good. It's unexpected, so that there's a lot of stuff to get spoiled. With that being said, also the longer you wait, and thank you to the people that do this, thank you very much. The longer you wait, the more loud the crowd is going to be. After about 2-3 weeks, you start getting the people that have children that want to bring their kids to it, and at least the respectable one, or the respectful ones, they wait a little while, and then they bring their 7-year-old to see the comic book movie, so that they don't ruin opening night for people that have.
That's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Kudos
I
to
never
you
noticed
guys.
that, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Oh no, I mean, because I saw Captain Marvel, as we talked about in the last episode, and it was like months after it came out, and there was a family behind me with loud kids, like loud ass kids. But I wasn't mad because the movie's old. They waited. They were good people.
That's respectful.
Yeah.
That's respectful, like you said.
Yeah, so that's good.
All right, I got one more for you, man, because everybody's talking about this movie. It's shattering records. It's doing its thing. Is it as good as it's made out to be?
It's great.
Yeah. Like.
It lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
It is. The movie feels as big as it was made to feel.
So the hype train met its destination.
Oh yeah. It's a great cap to a 10-year run.
It's a long time, man.
Yeah, it is a long time, and
it's a lot of movies in a long time too.
It was done very well. Best movie, no. I can't tell you what
bold
movies
move, Cotton.
Were better. So Avengers 1 was better. First time anything like that's ever been done, dude. I got chills. I got chills the first time I watched.
I've seen that one. I saw it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I loved it. I did love it for what it's worth.
I will say that it was an awesome movie. It was great. Go see it. You're not going to regret it. But I don't think it's the best movie ever made by any means. There are downfalls. There are things that make this movie. And again, this is a spoiler-free review, so I can't really.
We're not here to be the douchebags on the internet.
Yeah, I can't tell you why I didn't like it right now, but it's all plot points. It's plot points. It's certain things that happened and popped up that I just felt like took away from the movie. I would say if the movie was 2 hours and 40 minutes long and they cut the points that I didn't like, best Marvel movie.
Really?
But oh yeah.
That 20 minutes is enough to knock it down for you.
Well, yeah, because they're like 5 minutes here and there that I was just like.
That's still wild. I think sounds wild.
And honestly, after you see it, you're probably going to be like, "Oh, that was a scene that he probably didn't like." Probably not, because there are some stuff that I've talked to people that have seen the movie that they loved, and I was like, "How did you like that? That didn't even make sense." Like,
It's realistic.
but yeah, so. Overall, though, perfect way to end a 10-year run. It wraps up all these things that you didn't even remember happened. Marvel did a great job at tying in 10 years. Think about it, 10 years.
How many movies? They
I don't know.
They did like a TV marathon of them the other day. I think it was like 29 films or something. Let me ask you this, because so here's the thing. Like I said, I'm backtracking. I'm new to the Marvel franchise. And I went on and I was like, man, what, I did like a cheap Google search, like what do I need to watch to understand Endgame? And I got like 14 different lists. So naturally, I picked the shortest one.
You?
Yeah. It didn't really work out for me all that well. Cause like the more I watched the 7 they told me to watch, the more I wanted to watch like other ones, just because they get you into the storyline and stuff like that. So I mean, I've revised the list of 7. I think I think Doctor Strange and I think Infinity War are the last 2 I feel like I need to watch before I go into Endgame. But I mean,
so,
do you have anything to add to that?
the number one movie that you need to see before you see Endgame is Infinity War.
Well, yeah. I
mean, no, you say, well, yeah, but I only say that because there were some people that I was going to go see this movie with that had not seen Infinity War. You being one of them, but you knew you hadn't seen Infinity, and you were going to watch it before. But there are some people that I was planning on going with.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna see
that
it.
Hadn't seen Infinity War, that were just like, oh yeah, no, I'll go.
Nah.
And then I found out they hadn't seen Infinity War. It won't even make sense. You'll sit down.
Well, the whole point of Endgame is to wrap up the last one, isn't it?
It's to wrap up the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you can't. You got to see Infinity War. Again, being spoiler-free.
You should want to see Infinity War, I think. Yeah.
I would say Infinity War is way up there as far as Marvel movies go. Great movie. But yeah, so you got to see Infinity War, number 1. Number 2, the origin movies. So the Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I started that one. That's my second to last one I got to check out.
Doctor Strange,
I
Thor.
like it a lot.
Just watch all the other Avengers. All the other Avengers will pull in most of the characters, and you'll understand how they work. In our last episode, I did say Captain Marvel. That actually stood up.
Yeah, still think you should see it.
Yeah, so because it explains so much, and it is as far as a movie goes, because if you're watching this movie and just all of a sudden out of nowhere somebody shows up, and this is exactly what I thought
was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one knew about Captain Marvel. Well,
I mean, you don't call Endgame to a 30 movie long process, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so the whole point of this, what you need to see, is so you can understand it.
Yeah.
And
so
if you want a full understanding of everything that's going on, you need to watch all of them, because it's so deep. It is. They did a very good job at being consistent and being very, very, very critical and detailed. That I really hate to say they did such a good job, but they did. They did a great job.
We don't want to ever give anybody credit here on the show.
But Endgame, you need to watch Infinity War. I'd say all the other Avengers, the Doctor Strange movie, Captain Marvel, just so you're not like, oh, this doesn't even make sense.
I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here. I'm by no means the expert, but just to like, I mean, you realistically speaking, you could probably watch the first Avengers movie and get it. But like I've gone through the effort of at least watching like the first of all the other ones, like the first Captain America, the first Iron Man, the first Thor.
Yeah.
They were helpful, just like in explaining characters and stuff like that. Because like like I said, I'm not a video game or I'm sorry, I'm not a comic book guy. I'm not really a movie guy. So like I don't know a lot of the backstories to these movies and stuff.
You don't have to know the backstories.
You don't at all.
The whole point. So I will say spoiler free up until Infinity War. The whole point of the Marvel comic universe so far has been, it's all been centered around the Soul Stone. So you got all these different alien artifacts that all the different characters have somehow brought together into one place. And that's what these last two movies have been about.
Right.
The Infinity Wars and Endgame. If you want to know where all those stones came from, you got to watch everything.
You do. You got to check it
out.
out.
And that's what I mean. It's
I didn't watch Spider-Man.
They did it on purpose.
Doesn't matter. Movie sounds sick. I want to check it out.
It's a super, super good movie. To actually break it down, cinematography, wonderful. Lots of big scenes, lots of busy scenes, but it doesn't feel cluttered. All the fighting is seamless. It's for lack of a better word, it's beautiful. The colors, everything comes together very well to be very visually pleasing. The soundtrack is just like every other Avengers movie, which try to remember music from any other Avengers movie.
It sounds like you were a fan, man.
Oh yeah, big time.
For a guy, you know, who's too
like.
cool to do
Let's put it this
things,
way: if you finish Doctor Strange, you see Infinity War, I will go again and see Endgame. It was that good that I'll go again.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late. I'm late to the hype train, guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, it all goes back to the movies thing. I just don't like watching movies. So I've watched more movies in the last 2 months trying to get myself ready for this film than I have like in the last 3 years. So
yeah, but I mean it's breaking records left and right, which I mean
it kind of should just off the hype they built for it.
Yeah, no, they built a lot of hype, but it's breaking records and rightfully so. Not only is this a really, really good movie, but it's like the end of a 10-year era that was put together so seamlessly. Like the fact that they put out blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster.
That's true.
And you can watch each one by itself, and they're all actually good movies. There wasn't a single dud.
You gotta love like the evolution of it too. Like in a time period where, you know, comic books probably don't carry the same weight they did in previous generations. These guys, you know, took comic books and turned them into the biggest movies of all time. I mean, it's
crazy. It's definitely crazy.
I have not watched one movie I needed to watch yet that I haven't enjoyed watching. I mean, amazing film. So
yeah, my recommendation: go see it. Go see it before it gets ruined, because any little spoiler is gonna ruin it. It's such a good movie and so many twists and turns and
I see people like complaining about spoilers, and like I guess maybe I got a good selection on social media because I have not seen.
I feel like I'm your only nerdy friend.
I've seen a bunch of fake ones. Like it's like at the end of Endgame, Hannah Montana dies and shit. Those are pretty funny, but no, I haven't actually come across any spoilers. Well, I mean, it's been 2 days.
It's only been a couple days.
Yeah, so hey, whatever. It was worth it.
I mean,
go see it. Go check it out. Join the hype train. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's a good movie. We'll give Avengers Endgame a final score of 4 sheep.